What is going on, guys? Your boy Guns here, and my boy Saint hit me up saying they have a player who is very inactive. Actually, I think this goes beyond inactive. This account's just dead, bro. 103, the delicate flower, 103 million power, 0 merits, but they're about to get some merits now. Apparently, it has 1 billion resources in it. Oh my god, there's the quad rally. Or there's triple. Is the quad coming? And there's the quad. Oh my god, this thing's about to get eaten. Interesting, a Theo Tohar rally. Huh.
Yeah, that is an interesting garrison.
I've seen it before, and I think I've seen it do good, but it is, I mean, this is a quad rally, bro. Not much you can do against that.
No, not against, four rallies, all max, 5/5 artifacts, some of the best pets in the game. That's a wrap.
Well, stream, this is what happens when you join a powerful kingdom and you're inactive. This is beyond inactive, though. The account's just literally not getting logged onto.
Yeah, that's
wow.
That's one of the things, isn't it? It's just eating away at cap space, and to stay competitive, we need to get our recruits in. There's any recruits in that, Damn.
Let me message Saad if he could share the reports. Still had some messages on there from like season 1 plus. Saad was asking me if I was ready for Elite back in the DX days.
Oh man.
Carl Fritz with the freaking Tournament of Champions crown. That shit is sick.
We have 2 of those now. We have 2. One of our recruits, Chief Chokeho.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, I see him right there.
I believe he's from EIS.
He's from that FBI group. I was taking a look at your guys' alliance yesterday. I was like, oh, let's check out some of the alliances, see if we recognize any new names. And I noticed your guys' R1s was like that entire FBI group, just a bunch of 100 mil pluses. I'm like, damn. they just recruited some heavy hitters for sure.
Yeah. From what I sound, heavy hitters, active players, also, the sort of rally degens, like Homeland, the people who just love rallies, doing rallies. It's the future, it's the future. Your boy now at 92 mil is I'm one of the weak hits in the alliance. I can't wait to push that power and just sort of, just get off the floor.
You're gonna be up to what, like 110, 120?
Yeah, it'll be 117, I think.
Oh, Saad shared one of the reports. This is his Mag Zeta. Sheesh.
How much RSS did he get?
Well, just from his, he got 8.9 million gold. Oh, yeah, 8.9 million gold, wood, and ore. And oh, interesting. His rally took AoE from the Tobin Urag rally.
A bit of friendly fire.
That's good. I was like, wait, what's this? Yeah, but no, just for this report alone, crazy. Saad took 8.8k deads to his 32k deads, 16k sev wounds to 293k sev wounds. Straight ate this guy for breakfast, bro. And we look at the statistics, you guys can kind of see what's going on here. You can see The Shadow Manticore did 238.9k kills, which is pretty good. And then normal attack 1.4 million were the totals there. That's pretty much it for that. 6.6k healing for just Mag alone. 955 healing just for the pet. He must not have the EOS skill. If it only did that little. Let's see. Legion buffs. No, he has the EOS skill on there. Interesting. Maybe that was kind of bugged, huh? I don't know.
Oof.
How much time for the next one? Oh wow, he lost 100
90 seconds.
Yeah.
Yeah, lost, what was that, 8 mil right off the bat?
This guy's gonna go all the way down from 103 million power to what, maybe like 56 million?
Yeah, it's either 50. Is it? Yeah, we saw it, didn't we? I saw it in the BDO season. It's like 50. I think it's 56, 400 and something thousand. Like there's some weird number that's literally, everything, pretty much everything gone or into the hospital. The very deads and hospitalized, and yeah, it's rough. It is rough.
And this is also the other importance of just having good freaking shells, right? Not even just to zero inactive players, but think about it, a KVK perspective. If you're gonna zero one of their whales, like that's tagless or not on the right territory, right? So everyone can rally it. Really, having all 4 shells being good to go would be good. I think I noticed that you guys are working on your shells right now, right? Because I think I checked your guys' kingdom and the power was like split everywhere.
When did you
I checked it yesterday.
Were we doing anything yesterday? I don't think so.
There was like, you guys had like 8 billion, 9 billion, and like some other billion.
I'll be honest, unless they haven't, I've missed something. Cause I've just been chilling in Echo personally. I've just been farming, like I said, I've just spent the last.
Bro, you better bring that ass over there.
Over there?
With your bucket. You're gonna get hella resources. 1 billion resources? Oh my god, look at that. Look how far it's gone.
I don't know, I'm just chilling with my mana, because you can't get mana, right? Like the rest of them all right. Oh yeah, damn, he just got nuked.
He got absolutely nuked.
Damn.
Wow.
Look at like ants. Look at when the rally breaks, man. It's like ants. It's like scattering.
Hasn't updated yet.
No, it is crazy.
Crazy Bob.
Yeah, like Homelander as well. I'm just trying to look at some of these reports. Homelander traded even on deads. Like that's how cracked his rally is. Like he was the one tanking.
Yeah,
the first time around I'm on about as well. The first time when the account was full power. Yeah. Everyone else is then just eating good.
What's crazy is like they're getting merits too from this.
Hey, a forceful gift of merits.
Apparently, you guys now hold the #1 merits in a KVK at 3.8 billion.
Just, yeah, I gotta say, I think
just over our 3.7 in Noir from the previous season.
Yeah, we wanted that 4 billion, but obviously, fights were a bit weird, obviously, as when you're in a free for all and that, and kind of like held at certain choke points, there's only so much you can sort of knock, and obviously we didn't want to merit trade in that, we didn't want to do a legit, obviously there was some at the start, as everyone tends to do, before the first fighting zone, try and get some elixirs and that. Yeah, I think I'm proud that it was good. Again, though, I think that's
what did you guys have when you guys fought BDO? Well, how many merits did you guys have there? It was less, right?
Loads, quite a lot less. I mean, I'd have to ask one of our, I'll ask and then I'll have to get back to you on that. because it was definitely more than 2 billion, and I would assume it was probably pushing possibly to, I don't know, because that was like a strict 2v2, so yeah, I'm not too sure. Yeah, I'll have to ask him about here because as I say, strict 2v2. Whereas this obviously, granted, there ended up being some inadvertent, like sometimes we pushed when BXS was pushing, or we took advantage of certain situations that we saw. But we fought literally everyone, at least at least one way or another. We wiped BXS at times, GG, yourselves, NTS, Kong. We had a bit of fun everywhere. Shit, we didn't get the 4 billion, but I mean, hey, these new KVKs, if they're going to be big, if they're going to be 8, 10 kingdoms, then lots of merit to go around.
Yeah, for sure. What's interesting is like people call it like disappointing KVKs, and yet the merits were higher than than your guys's KVK that arguably was in the top within the top 3 KVKs that the game has seen.
Yeah, I mean, I think again it just comes down to,
Once you guys took Dragon over there, it was kind of over though for the most part, right? It wasn't like as crazy.
It was, and that's what surprised me, because I'm obviously someone who, I want the challenge, but you also want the thrill of winning, right? Especially first season with Echo. So I used to be a little bit nervous on some fights. I'm like, when it was like back and forth, I'm like, damn, are we gonna be okay? We're gonna hold and stuff. Especially, you got to give it to BDO, especially out the gates, for the first 2 days, 2.5 days, that weekend as it fell. They came out hot, especially the war. I think you were watching it, weren't you? Because you and TFS were healing up and stuff for your 1v1. They were holding us and NA quite well. They were constantly building, we were building, but like they didn't. I think they started touching tips with us on the right a little bit, and they were wiping us a couple of times. We had to make sure that we were stabilizing. But I think after about 6 hours, maybe 5-6 hours, it started to wear on them a little bit. We were obviously coming from, as you say, obviously coming from both sides of the dragon, so we were coming from a bit more open space where they were having to build out from a choke. Sort of like and almost like double flagging. So yeah, it was.
And you guys are like 5 billion power stronger now, huh? Since you guys fought BDO. You guys were like 17 billion.
Don't know what max is. Yeah.
And now you guys are someone gave me the numbers yesterday. As of November 25th, you guys were at like 21 or 22 billion power total.
What it is, yeah. I just know that we've recruited some people. We've also let some go. We're pretty lean because I don't think we fill a whole 200 alliance either. So we're pretty lean. Pretty lean.
I would say shredded at this point.
Well,
you say lean, but still over 20 bill power is crazy.
Well, that's what I mean. Sorry, like lean is in. What I mean is then pretty much every single player is an active fighter. I more or less I believe everyone is an active fighter. I haven't gone through the list completely, but I would assume so. Especially all the new recruits. The new recruits have meshed in well. We've had lots of good jokes and good vibes already. I'm excited, man. I'm very, very, very excited. It's
What do you want to see in the next KVK?
What is in the what in general, or you mean like the alliances?
The alliances.
I want to see. Let's say it's 8 because that's what I'm thinking from what people are saying. So Echo, EIS, Noir, GG, Pay to Win. BDO, EDS. I think we can fight LTS, EDS, LTS, or maybe throw SSG in there instead of one of the, maybe instead of GG or something. I want all the top clans. I don't think we'll ever get every single top alliance in a KVK. I don't know if that'll ever happen. I think you might always be missing 1 or 2 because they'll try and balance them. Instead of putting 8 in one, they might try and do 4 in one, 4 in another. So there's more variety in the servers. Because you imagine trying to fit, the 8 biggest alliances, at least minimum of 200 active players come wartime per alliance. That's 1,600 active players at once. Like, the server's going to just melt. But that's what I'd love to see. Of course, I
freaking servers would melt down, bro.
I know. I want the biggest fights. As you know from our journey, we've been on it ever since, before you went to Noir and I went to Echo. we've either, we've had, season one. Granted, season one with how that played down in the end, it was, kind of ended up being a kind of a free win. But like we got some great fights, some great experiences. And when I went to Rage, when I was in Rage, sorry, got to be R4 there. I was able to war lead and just effectively just go on a war path and just keep, just keep going, just keep forcing fights, and that was good. Season 1.5 against the fought Jedi in a mock. That was good fun. Fought BXS. Pretty much until the last day, there was still stuff going on. BXS, even when you were over there and H-Man, there were people who just never gave up at that bridge fight. Season 2 with ROS, granted, ended in tears, so to speak, but I mean, we were fine pretty much every single day. Our alliance gave it our all. We weren't the biggest, but we sure as shit showed out.
Yeah.
Then what was after that? Then we got stomped by BDO and pay to win. But I mean, hey, we tried. We fought against the big boys. Then we went to pay to win.
I was war lead for that one, huh? I remember that.
Yeah. You were fainting that, but yeah, in pay to win, we fought everyone for a little bit. We fought ACDC before we then had the alliance and that. Then obviously fought Ancients. So again, quite a lot of fighting. And then the season after that, as you know, the infamous thing is FS. Crazy season from a 5v2, 6v2 to like a 3v4 or 5v3, depending on, I can't remember the alliance counts that, but obviously with RR flipping after, Tiny whatever shit the bed or whatever it was, and they basically should have put us out the zone. They didn't. Then the flip. Then we just stormed and kicked them all out. And then obviously BDO. Then we had Noir. Yeah, the Noir one sucks. I think that season in a way is going to go down as much as I enjoyed the free for all aspect. I think that's still going to go down as one of my least favorite KVKs, just because I wish we'd have committed to a three. I know why the leads didn't. They didn't like how the Diplo was going, the talk, so they personally just chose to free for all, which is fine. I respect it, and I can see why. I just wish in hindsight we had a free for all, because I think the season would have gone on a lot longer and we'd have had even more crazy fights. I think there would have been lots of crazy dragon fights, some tedious Bastion plays. I know the Bastion's a bit oppressive, but I just think it would have been crazy.
Bastions.
I think it just would have been crazy, like us and NTS pushing you in GG. Like, I'm not gonna lie, I think we'd have won, but like, I don't want, I don't want to say something just because we were won that, but like, I just think, as well, those fights just would have been so much crazier. Because obviously, once you got your Bastion down, GG got ours down, we were pretty much down the ramp. We'd have only been able to hold a flag, then you got no refreshers. It's just a bit unfortunate. Sort of just how things went in the in the initial talks or whatever happened. I think a full 3v3, even borderline a 3v2 with BXS, having people migrating out, having to do a rebuild mid KVK. I still think even a arguably 3v2, us and NTS against you, GG and Kong, I still think we could have pulled it off. We know how crazy their fighters are. We had a lot of activity at the start. I know it waned a little bit towards the end, but I'd love to see more of that season. So next season, whatever it is, hoping for some allies, do a proper coalition stuff, because that's, you kind of need it. Otherwise, even if you do free for all, you end up either third party someone or get third party. It just makes things really messy and sloppy, and then people start, making memes about naps and all this.
Yeah, here and another thing too, that from what I've heard, not to say any names or whatever, but it's like there was some people that were like, screw that 3v3, because then we wouldn't have any fighting until final zone. But I think people are forgetting that, dude, a well organized, like, friendly fight in a zone, right, where you're like, okay, we're not gonna zero each other, but we're gonna just fight it out. Like, it's still pretty fun, dude. And then that makes it for the Dragon Zone to be even better.
Yeah, I mean, with how good NTS are as well and how organized, you saw how we struggled initially with them in open field before we started to figure them out a little bit and get a bit better.
Yeah, they started running out of troops. They don't really have Krakens like that. They have a few, but nothing compared to like Echo. It became a resource healing thing.
Yeah, but I do also think as well, like when we fought them, like when we had to, in the Dragon Zone, when NTS came at us, initially, and you guys didn't GG, we kind of got 3v1 sandwiched, there was one instance of that in the Dragon. And we managed to fight you guys off. Yeah, okay, we had some, better refresh than that because everyone was coming to our territory. But I think we showed enough metal about ourselves. The blinks, people using tanks, certain players, being MVPs and pulling out 5 tanks and just bombing out, just to help. There was lots of different people making decisions on the fly that I just thought were quite good. If it was pound for pound, if we were 18 billion, they were 18 billion, or they were 20, if it was number to number, you're quite possibly right. Maybe they would have had our number, or whether or not it would be open field, and then we'd stalemate because we'd end up touching tips, and then no one could really shift the other out. I don't know. You are right
Yeah.
though. We did have a big power advantage. That's obviously very helpful.
Do you have a screenshot of how many resources were in delicate flower?
Speed. Let's have a look.
But yeah, guys, the main reason for this video, besides me insane just yapping, uh, and it's just to remind you guys that when you're joining a top kingdom, you have to be ready to be committed, bro. If you're in a place in your life where you're like occasionally playing, you're getting like 7, barely getting 12 million merits, I would just play it safe and stay like in a mid-tier kingdom. I wouldn't go to an S-tier kingdom. I'll stay like a B tier, maybe an A tier. Just to for sure make sure that you're not going to be like the delicate flower over here getting a billion freaking resources taken from the city. Besides the resources, taking a bunch of deads. Yeah. We'll see if Saint has the picture right now. If not, it's all good. He did tell me it was, what you said, roughly a billion, yeah? Like 300 mil of each or something?
Yeah, it was like 3. I don't have it. I'll have to ask them in the clan.
It's all,
But it was like 300 mil of each, man. It was crazy. And there's another rally just saw it pop up like this. They're still going. They must still be still in that city. They're still going.
oh yeah, they're gonna full zero this bad boy until they're all just swarming around. But in terms of the video, I'm just gonna end it here because if not, we're gonna be here for another like 30 minutes, maybe more. When everyone starts getting their buckets. But yeah, that's gonna be it for this video, guys. Just a friendly reminder: stay active, make good choices in terms of the kingdoms that are going to based off your activity, right? I get everyone wants to be in a top tier activity, but let's be realistic. Not everyone's top tier. Brutally honest with you guys. So be ready for that. That's gonna be it for this one, guys. Your boy Guns and Saint here. We out, yo. Peace.
Yeah.